Hi, and welcome to excuse me, Random Rogers Big Picture for the week of, let's see, June 29th. End of the quarter, sort of, so I'll go ahead and, one more day, recap the quarter a little bit, talk about one or two other things that I think tie in with the quarter, or sort of more correctly, what's going on. So, starting the last quarter, I stopped giving out specific numbers. It just creates more problems than it solves. I'll give you a thumbs up, a thumb sideways, or a thumbs down to kind of give you an idea, and I will provide some color as what happens. So with 1 day left in the quarter, it looks like I've got a fairly, not big, but a decent spread against the market. So I guess it's a thumbs up. To kind of bring out the tool I always use, the market kind of did this. The portfolio pretty much did this for the quarter, just about break even, and then for the year, things are okay. So the spread's a little bigger, year to date, and the reason for that should be fairly obvious to people who have been, sticking with the blog for a while. I've been expecting a bear market. I've been worried about financials. This goes back for months now, and this is exactly what happened. If you get a couple of things right, then you can see a pretty good result, and that's been the case, knock on wood. Hopefully that continues. Obviously, and actually not obviously, but I'll say this in case it's not obvious. When we were having that feel-good rally and the whole way is up, I kept saying, I think it's a feel-good rally. I think it's a feel-good rally. Back coming off of the, I guess it was the St. Patrick's Day low up into mid-May. It might have been May 19th, maybe was when the rally peaked out and rolled over. But basically, I talked about it as being, normal market behavior. In a bear market, there are feel-good rallies that tend to trick people out. You saw a lot of people coming out of the woodwork saying that, it's over, it's time to get back in, it's time to buy financials, and things just take longer than that to work out. That's just how it goes. And so, I keep saying how textbook this is, and, stereotype, or whatever words I've used to describe it, it doesn't even matter. That has been the case with this bear market. Make a mental note of that for the next bear market. Feel-good rallies, they're going to happen, and they're going to, fake out or trick quite a few people. That is just the nature of them. So if you got caught wrong-footed with this one, okay, remember it for next time. And assuming I'm still blogging that, I'm going to be saying the same thing, because, that's just how it works time after time. You don't have to be particularly bright on some of these things. You just need to recognize it for what it is and do so without emotion. I talked for a second there about, a lot of people coming out of the woodwork during the feel-good rally. Maybe it was the week before last, whatever. Jim Cramer made some sort of call about getting in. The call involved some sort of oscillator. I didn't actually watch the entire video, but it got picked on in quite a few places. And the point here is not to pick on Cramer. You can think whatever you want, I don't care, but that's not the point here. What the point is to recognize where the market is and understand why, regardless of who's trying to make the call, what the danger might be. I don't know what that was. And so what I mean by that is, okay, demand for equities is and has been for a long time unhealthy. Okay, without knowing anything else, if demand is not good, and let's just work with the premise that I'm right about that for a moment. If demand is not good, what do you think that means for prices? Where are prices going if demand is not good? Probably means they're going down at the very least. It creates a monumental headwind to be overcome. And so throughout all of this stuff, the market has been, save for the occasional day or two here and there, the market has been below its 200 day moving average. That's just my measure for, not that I invented it, but that's just what I use, a better way to phrase it, to keep my finger on the pulse, so to speak, of the market's health for demand. There's other things you can do. It doesn't matter what you do, but the one I've been working with is the simplest one, and not the best one apparently, but a very simple one. The market's been below, and rallies have been unwound and turned around, and that's exactly what happened. You don't need to move in just because, and this oscillator, I don't even know what it was, so maybe it was some sort of 200-day moving average thing or similar to it. But whatever, you think, and for me, I just said what I use, I'll start to worry about getting, making a meaningful change when demand gets healthy, when the market goes above its 200-day moving average. If I buy China, I've kind of figured out what stock I'm going to buy, and if and assuming I stick with it, which I reserve the right to change my mind, I would be making a swap out for something else. As of right here, right now, that's kind of the best way to go. I've not done anything with that yet, but making a big, this thing has been right, whatever. It doesn't happen very often, but it's been right. To me, that increases the chance of being wrong. Oscillators are probably more complicated than a simple 200-day moving average or whatever. And so I wouldn't worry about the fact of picking on the messenger. I would learn from what happened. He brought something out that had he ever referred to this before? Kind of changing in the middle, I don't think that fits the definition of pre-planning, so that's something that you probably shouldn't be doing. Maybe for the future cycles, if you want to do something that's obscure, okay, go for it, but to have something in mind and then kind of deviate based on that, I think that's a bad way to go. Not because it turned out to be wrong, but just because it leads to emotional decisions. If you heeded that particular advice, it was an emotional decision. This thing, this is going to work. That is an emotional response, not planned out long ahead of time. And that's kind of 180 degrees from what I try to write about and try to convey. Hopefully that makes sense, and I do not want the comments to turn into picking on someone fest. That's counterproductive for what we're trying to accomplish here with the posts. Have a great weekend.